The first type of cell division was mitosis, and now we are going to talk about meiosis, a different type of cell division. So the cells can be somatic cells, and the somatic cells in our body, we contain 46 chromosomes in our body cells, or 23 pairs of chromosomes. Now this is one chromosome, the blue from the one parent, the red is from another parent in our somatic cells, body cells. These green stuffs are the locus or the loci on the chromosomes that they are responsible for traits. We call these two chromosomes, a pair of chromosomes, like homologous chromosomes, homologous, because they are similar in length. The centromeres, like in the middle, they are at the same location more or less, and they stain similarly. So that's why they are homologous chromosomes. Now on the locus or the loci, we can find the traits like eye color, height, freckles, skin color. They are on the chromosomes embedded in the DNA. So let's say that we have 23 pairs of homologous chromosomes. This is also halfway truth, so it's not totally true, but it's okay. More or less it's okay at this point. So we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of the 23 pairs of chromosomes, we have 22 pairs of autosome chromosomes and one pair of sex chromosomes. One pair, the sex chromosomes can be either X or Y. That looks like X or looks like Y. They are different in length and different in shape. If an organism is female, it contains two X's. If the organism is male, it contains X and Y. The X and Y, they are different in size, genetic composition. The traits are different on them, and responsible for sexual characteristics. Anyway, so that's why I said the homologous, they are not really homologous unless we can say that they are both responsible for sex determination and other traits. The other cells are the gametes, but we will go back. How about the somatic cells? They contain they are the 2N cells, diploid cells, and they contain homologous chromosomes. So 2N equals 46, and the somatic cells go through mitosis to maintain the amount of chromosomes what they start with. On the other hand, the gametes, they are haploid cells, so we can write an N for that, and they contain one set from the homologous pairs. So the N equals 23 at this point. And two haploid cells join together through fertilization, like the egg and the sperm, and they form the zygote. The zygote goes through mitosis, and somatic cells will form, and the organism is going to grow and develop and regenerate its lost cells. So the organ pretty much goes through mitosis. But the importance of gamete formation is really important, and the process to form gametes, sex cells, is called meiosis. Number one importance of meiosis is they form gametes, the sex cells, and number two is they reduce the number of chromosomes to its half. How does it work? That's going to be our question. How is that going to happen? So the chromosome duplication will happen during interphase, and meiosis contains two divisions. So the first division will separate homologous chromosomes, and the second division of meiosis will separate the sister chromosomes from sister chromatids from each other. So let's focus on the meiosis. How it happens. We covered the mitosis, pretty much similar, but not exactly. This first part is definitely not the same, the meiosis one. So here is a cell and contains the light green and dark green chromosomes, the light blue and purple and the red and orange chromosomes, but they are similar in shade, so I wanted to use those colors to be homologous chromosomes. So it's a 2 and 6 chromosomes. Now, in the S phase of the interphase, the chromosomes duplicate, so we will have 2 sister chromatids all together, connected by centromere. So we have all together how many? 12 sister chromatids. And let's talk about meiosis 1, what happens, and also the prophase 1 in meiosis 1. So here's the cell. The 2 homologous chromosomes lay next to each other, and they are so close together that some parts of the homologous chromosomes, they started to switch with each other. They swap some parts of their chromosomes. So they form a tetrad, and during the process of synopsis, they switch their part of their DNA segment with each other. So here is the red with the orange, they are homologous chromosomes, and the switch is between the homologous pairs, not between the sister chromatids. So they switch a little bit, some parts of their genetic material, same with the blue. So the homologous chromosomes will go through crossing over, switching their genetic material with each other, or some parts, is called the crossing over. This will be really, really important to create biodiversity. And actually genetic variants. So after that, end of meiosis 1, we will have 2 cells with chromosomes that contain 2 sister chromatids, and at this point during meiosis 1, the homologous chromosomes separated from each other. So we have haploid cells at this point because we had one set of chromosomes from each one set of chromosomes, let's go with that. And now from each cell, it will divide into 2 again. So this will be meiosis 2 with the blue arrows. Meiosis 2, and it's pretty much the sister chromatids in the chromosomes. They separate from each other, and they will form from one diploid cell that we started with. We will have 4 haploid cells. So we have a little bit of we have blue, green, and red/orange chromosomes in the newly formed haploid cells. So in this case, when the gametes will mate, these are the gametes, when they mate, they can form a diploid cell. So one diploid cell will yield to 4 haploid cells through meiosis. When two haploid meets, they will form a diploid cell. And the last page, the genetic variants, why we have such a variety during sexual reproduction. The key is in meiosis as well as through fertilization. So the first one is the independent orientation. When we have the prophase 1 and metaphase 1, so these tetrads, the homologous chromosomes can go either way. They can orient, the orange can orient to the left, but it also can orient to the right as well, the red one, in the case of the blue one too, and the green one. So two options for each orientation gives us, because they are independent from each other, 2 times 2 times 2, 2 to the third power, and it's 8 variation will come out from this if the organism has 3 pairs of chromosomes. But the humans have 23, so the variance is pretty much 2 on the 23rd, that it's around 8 million variations. So that's a huge number for genetic variants. The other one is random fertilization. What egg is going to fertilize what egg will be fertilized by what type of a sperm, which sperm, and genetic recombination and crossing over. Please do not forget that it's prophase 1, when the corresponding segments in homologous chromosomes, they got be swapped. So it's not with sister chromatids, but between homologous chromosomes. So that's it for the meiosis. Have a good day.